I'm revealing the one 5-gram supplement that is scientifically proven to target menopause belly fat at the cellular level and showing you why your body is desperate for it right now. Most women who take this daily see visible changes in their waistline within 2 to 3 weeks. We are counting down from number 5 to the number 1 absolute metabolism solution. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, your age, and what the biggest problem you're facing during this period. We're reading and replying to every single comment with personalized tips and advice. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Why everything you've tried has failed. The cellular energy crisis. Your body changed at a cellular level the moment estrogen started declining. The real villain isn't your willpower or your diet, it's mitochondrial dysfunction causing chronic inflammation that's destroying your metabolism from the inside out. Your mitochondria are the little battery packs inside every cell. They produce ATP, which is your body's energy currency. When estrogen protected these mitochondria, they functioned efficiently. But without estrogen, they're vulnerable to oxidative stress and energy failure. Here's what happens when your cells panic from energy deficiency. They start generating inflammatory pathways as a survival response. This inflammation blocks fat burning, destroys insulin sensitivity, and triggers visceral fat storage around your organs. Recent clinical data from a 2023 study published by the Mayo Clinic involving a large cohort of post-menopausal women indicates a strong correlation between cellular energy decline and metabolic dysfunction. The study showed a 40% decline in cellular energy production after menopause. Your muscle cells are literally starving for energy, while your fat cells keep growing. Science-backed research shows that inflammatory markers like CRP, TNF-alpha, and IL-6 are all elevated in energy-deficient cells. These markers don't just cause inflammation, they actively prevent your body from accessing stored fat for fuel. This is why calorie restriction fails. You're not fighting a willpower problem, you're fighting biology. When your cells are energy deficient, they interpret calorie restriction as starvation. Your body responds by slowing your metabolism even further and holding on to every ounce of fat. You eat less, you feel worse, and the scale doesn't budge. Meanwhile, chronic inflammation keeps rising, insulin resistance gets worse, and visceral fat accumulates deeper around your liver, pancreas, and intestines. This cellular energy crisis explains everything. The afternoon crashes, the brain fog, the inability to build muscle despite lifting weights, the stubborn fat that won't respond to any diet. Your cells need energy abundance to function properly, and right now, they're in survival mode. The solution isn't another restrictive diet, it's feeding your cells the one compound they're screaming for, the compound that restores cellular energy and shuts down the inflammatory cascade that's keeping you trapped. Number 5, the myth that sabotaged your health for decades. The lie you've been told for decades is that creatine is only for young male bodybuilders trying to get huge. This myth has robbed women of the single most effective cellular health compound in existence. The International Society of Sports Nutrition calls creatine the most effective, safest, and most well-studied performance and cellular health compound available. That's not marketing hype. That's backed by 30 years of human trials on thousands of participants across every age group and gender. What creatine actually is will surprise you. It's not a steroid, it's not a stimulant, it's a naturally occurring compound your body makes in small amounts, and it stores phosphate. Together with ATP, creatine creates phosphocreatine, which is your cellular backup battery for high-demand moments. When your muscles contract, when your brain thinks deeply, when your cells need a burst of energy, phosphocreatine donates its phosphate to regenerate ATP instantly. This system keeps your cells out of energy failure. Here's the part nobody talks about. Creatine protects your mitochondria from oxidative stress. When mitochondria are protected, cells stay out of panic mode. Panic mode equals inflammation. Inflammation equals fat storage, especially visceral fat. Studies on post-menopausal women show dramatic improvements in cellular function, lean muscle mass, and metabolic markers when they supplement with creatine daily. The gender gap in creatine research is finally closing, and the data's clear. Women respond even better than men, especially after age 40. Older adults get bigger benefits than younger populations. One study found a 1.4 kilogram increase in lean mass in older adults taking creatine even without changing protein intake. That's muscle growth happening because creatine primes the muscle to respond. It increases satellite cell activity, which means more muscle-building potential gets unlocked. It improves protein synthesis signaling, so your body becomes more efficient at using the protein you eat. Stay with me until the end, and I'll reveal a proven gold standard creatine brand backed by rigorous scientific studies. This is high-quality formulation, not cheap, ineffective filler. The evidence-based protocol is simple: 5 grams daily. No loading phase needed, no cycling required, just consistent daily supplementation. The safety profile is impeccable. 30 years of human trials show 0 serious adverse events in healthy adults. Creatine doesn't damage kidneys in people with normal kidney function. It doesn't cause dehydration. It doesn't make you bulky. Those are myths perpetuated by people who never read the research. Addressing the fear directly, creatine will not make you bulky. It makes you metabolically younger. It helps you build the lean muscle that burns fat 24 hours a day. It improves your strength, your recovery, your energy, and your brain function. This is the cellular upgrade your body has needed since estrogen declined. That's the easiest truth to accept. But if you want to stop the brain fog that's stealing your sharpness and making you feel older than you are, you need number 4. It's the cheapest cognitive upgrade that exists, and it works within days. Number 4. The brain fog eliminator your doctor never mentioned. Your brain stores creatine, and it burns through that creatine fast during stress, deep thinking, poor sleep, and inflammation. Recent clinical data from neuroscience research published in 2022 indicates a strong correlation between declining brain phosphocreatine levels and cognitive decline in menopausal women. The study showed that brain energy metabolism drops significantly when estrogen declines, explaining the fog, the word-finding problems, and the mental fatigue you can't shake no matter how much coffee you drink. Human trials show creatine improves memory, attention, reaction time, and cognitive fatigue. One study on sleep-deprived adults found that creatine maintained cognitive performance even when sleep quality dropped dramatically. This is why women report feeling sharper within days of starting supplementation. Your brain isn't broken, it's energy deficient. Creatine protects neurons from energy failure during high-demand moments like problem-solving, multitasking, or dealing with stress. The mechanism is simple but powerful. Your brain uses 20% of your body's total energy, despite being only 2% of your body weight. It's an energy hog. When cellular energy drops, brain function suffers first and most noticeably. You forget names, you lose your train of thought mid-sentence, you read the same paragraph 3 times and retain nothing. This isn't aging, this is your brain running on empty. The mood connection is crucial. Energy-deficient brain cells trigger depressive pathways. Research shows creatine reduces symptoms of depression, especially in women. Being studied for traumatic brain injury, concussion recovery, and neurodegenerative disease, creatine provides neuroprotection that hormone replacement therapy alone cannot deliver. The North American Menopause Society guidelines now include cognitive support strategies as essential for menopausal health, and creatine fits perfectly into that framework. Personal testimonies from women taking creatine consistently describe feeling present again. Conversations flow easier. Mental tasks feel less exhausting. The afternoon brain fog lifts. This isn't placebo. This is cellular energy restoration happening in real time. The compounding effect builds over weeks. Better sleep quality because your brain isn't in energy crisis mode. improved mood because neurotransmitter production requires energy, sharper focus because neurons have the fuel they need to fire efficiently. The research-backed dose is 5 grams daily, the same dose that improves muscle and metabolism. One supplement addresses multiple systems simultaneously because energy is the foundation of everything. Your brain needs this just as much as your muscles do. If you stay with me until the end, and I'll reveal a proven gold standard creatine brand backed by rigorous scientific studies. This is high-quality formulation, not cheap, ineffective filler. Mental clarity is crucial, but it won't melt the lethal visceral fat wrapping around your organs and increasing your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and metabolic syndrome. For that, you need number 3, which is the inflammation shield that removes the metabolic block, keeping you trapped in fat storage mode. Before number 3, I just want to say, behind every video is a ton of effort, and the best reward is knowing you enjoyed it. By liking and commenting, you give me the motivation to keep creating more content. Thank you for being part of this journey. Number 3, the cellular inflammation shield that unlocks fat burning. This is not a fat burner. Creatine removes everything blocking your ability to burn fat. The mechanism is elegant. Creatine protects mitochondria from oxidative stress. When mitochondria are protected, cells stay out of panic mode. Panic mode triggers inflammation. Inflammation signals your body to store fat, especially the dangerous visceral fat that wraps around your liver, pancreas, and intestines. This fat isn't just cosmetic. It's metabolically active tissue that pumps out more inflammatory compounds, creating a vicious cycle. Chronic inflammation blocks fat burning at multiple levels. It interferes with insulin signaling, making your cells resistant to the hormone that controls blood sugar. It disrupts leptin, the hormone that tells your brain you're full. It elevates cortisol, which directly promotes belly fat storage. Your body has been in survival mode, hoarding energy as fat because your cells feel threatened. Creatine signals safety at the cellular level, switching your metabolism from storage mode to burning mode. The insulin sensitivity improvement happens fast. Studies show better glucose handling within 2 to 4 weeks of daily creatine use. This matters because insulin resistance is the core problem driving menopausal weight gain. When insulin sensitivity improves, your body can finally access stored fat for fuel instead of keeping it locked away. Your cells start responding to insulin signals properly, blood sugar stabilizes, and the constant cravings for sugar and carbs begin to fade. The joint pain connection surprises most women. Many report less stiffness and better mobility within weeks. Inflammatory conditions like arthritis show measurable improvement with consistent creatine use. This is mitochondrial support, creating system-wide anti-inflammatory effects. When your cells have abundant energy, they don't generate inflammatory signals. The swelling decreases, the pain lessens, movement becomes easier. The gut connection matters too. Lower inflammation improves gut barrier function and supports a healthier microbiome. Your gut bacteria influence everything from mood to metabolism to immune function. When systemic inflammation drops, your gut environment improves, which further reduces inflammation throughout your body. Recovery improvements follow naturally. Less muscle soreness after workouts, faster bounce back from physical activity, better adaptation to training stress. The compounding nature of creatine means each day of supplementation builds on previous days. Most women notice significant changes at the 30-day mark of consistent use. Energy increases, inflammation markers drop, body composition starts shifting. The scale might not move immediately, but your clothes fit differently because muscle is replacing fat. Lowering inflammation is essential, but to truly target and destroy stubborn belly fat, you need number 2. This is how creatine makes that visceral fat metabolically active, forcing your body to use it for fuel instead of storing it around your organs. Number 2, the visceral fat destroyer through metabolic activation. Recent clinical data from 2022 research involving large cohorts of post-menopausal women indicates a strong correlation between creatine supplementation and improved body composition. The study showed that visceral fat becomes more metabolically active when cellular energy is restored, meaning your body finally starts using that dangerous fat for fuel instead of hoarding it around your organs. The mechanism is crucial to understand. Creatine doesn't melt fat directly. It creates the internal conditions that force your body to burn fat. 3 pathways work simultaneously to target the stubborn fat you've been fighting for years. Pathway 1 is improved insulin sensitivity. Your cells become responsive to insulin signals again. This is the metabolic switch that's been broken since estrogen declined. When insulin works properly, your body stops storing every calorie as fat and starts accessing stored energy. The glucose handling improvement happens within weeks. Your blood sugar stabilizes after meals. The energy crashes disappear. Your cells can finally use carbohydrates for energy instead of converting them to belly fat. Evidence from multiple meta-analyses shows significant reductions in body fat percentage when creatine is combined with resistance training. This isn't minor. Women over 40 show measurable decreases in visceral fat, the fat that matters most for metabolic health. Your waistline shrinks because the fat around your organs is finally being mobilized and burned. Pathway 2 is increased training capacity. Creatine increases phosphocreatine stores in muscle, allowing you to push harder, lift heavier, and recover faster between sets. This means you can actually perform the exercise that builds muscle and burns fat. The training volume studies are remarkable. Women over 40 show 20 to 30% improvement in workout capacity when supplementing with creatine. You can do more reps, you can lift heavier weights, you can train with intensity that was impossible before. This increased capacity equals more calories burned during workouts and more metabolic stimulus for muscle growth. Your body responds to training stress by building lean tissue, and that tissue burns calories around the clock. Pathway 3 is the muscle-building effect that creates permanent metabolic change. Every pound of muscle burns approximately 50 calories daily just existing. Muscle tissue is the most metabolically active tissue in your body. The brutal truth nobody wants to hear but changes everything is this. Most women with stubborn fat are not overweight, they're under-muscled. Creatine primes muscle to grow even without increasing protein intake. Studies show increased satellite cell activity, which means more muscle-building potential gets unlocked. The glycogen storage improvement matters too. Your body starts partitioning carbohydrates into muscle tissue instead of fat cells. You're eating the same foods, but your body treats them as fuel for muscle instead of storage as fat. The metabolic rate increase compounds over time. More muscle equals higher resting metabolic rate. You become a more efficient fat-burning machine permanently. The age factor is encouraging. Older adults show even greater improvements than younger populations. Your body isn't broken. It's been starving for the right cellular support. The realistic timeline is this: noticeable changes in energy and strength within 7 to 14 days, significant results in body composition at 30 to 60 days of consistent use. The transformation builds momentum because each workout creates more stimulus, and creatine ensures your body can respond. Now you've targeted visceral fat and lowered inflammation. But the real long-term solution, the metabolic transformation that makes you a fat-burning machine for life, is number 1. This is the single most important reason women over 40 must take creatine every single day. Number 1. The Metabolism Solution that reverses biological aging. This is the single most important reason women over 40 must take creatine every single day. The brutal reality nobody prepared you for is this: you lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after age 30. This accelerates dramatically during menopause when estrogen no longer protects muscle tissue from breakdown. Every pound of muscle lost drops your metabolic rate by approximately 50 calories daily. Over 10 years, if you lose 10 pounds of muscle, that's a 500-calorie daily deficit in your metabolism. This is why you gain weight eating the same foods that used to maintain your weight 5 years ago. The metabolism problem is actually a muscle problem disguised as a weight problem. You don't have a willpower issue, you have a muscle preservation crisis. Creatine is the most effective muscle preservation compound in existence. Evidence-based research shows it creates greater increases in lean mass at any age, but especially in older adults. Creatine saturates muscle cells, improving protein synthesis signaling. This means your body becomes more efficient at building and maintaining muscle tissue from the protein you eat. Studies on post-menopausal women show significant lean mass increases even without changing dietary protein intake. The strength improvements matter just as much. Higher 1-rep max lifts, better training capacity, improved recovery between workouts. This creates a positive feedback loop that changes everything. More strength enables more training. More training enables more muscle growth. More muscle means higher metabolism permanently. The muscle fiber size increase happens at the cellular level. Your muscles actually grow. Satellite cell activation means your muscle building potential gets unlocked again, something you thought was lost forever. The 24/7 fat burning effect is a permanent metabolic change. Muscle burns calories even while you sleep, while you sit at your desk, while you watch television. This is passive metabolism working for you instead of against you. The insulin sensitivity connection compounds the effect. More muscle equals better glucose disposal. Your body partitions nutrients into muscle growth instead of fat storage. The bone density protection matters for longevity. Resistance training combined with creatine strengthens bones, addressing the osteoporosis risk that spikes during menopause. Guidelines from the North American Menopause Society emphasize resistance training plus targeted supplementation as essential for healthy aging. The anti-aging reality is clear. Muscle is the longevity tissue that determines quality of life. Functional independence, metabolic health, and cognitive function are all tied to muscle mass. The dosage protocol is simple. 5 grams daily, every single day, no breaks needed. Timing is flexible. Before your workout, after your workout, with your morning coffee, it doesn't matter. Consistency matters. The purity requirement is critical. You need pharmaceutical-grade creatine monohydrate. Look for products that meet the German Creapure standard, which is the gold standard used in research studies. Cheap creatine from questionable sources causes digestive issues and poor absorption. The safety profile for women is perfect. No hormonal disruption, no masculinizing effects. Kidney safety in healthy adults is confirmed by 30 years of research showing 0 kidney damage. This is not a quick fix. This is a permanent metabolic upgrade that compounds over months and years, building the body that burns fat effortlessly. The gold standard purity we will reference is German Creapure. Take a look at the screen. This video is a must-watch for every woman over 40 who wants to melt belly fat. Your feedback is what drives this channel. The easiest way to give it is with a simple like and a comment. It's my #1 source of motivation, so I appreciate every single one. Thanks for watching.